being in a really fancy Mormon's temple. So you have the next Lucifer. So the next day, there's a knock on the door, and we open it up, and it's Mormon missionaries. Never had one come before, and they always are, two of them. Two young men.
Damn, the mic was on mute the whole
I
time.
remembered what this guy said, this Grandmaster Druid, back in 1973.
This mic goes on mute by default every single time. I don't understand how that works.
We joined the Mormon Church because we thought that was where we were supposed to be. This was a sign of Lucifer. So I joined the Mormon Church. I tried to be a good Mormon. I stopped doing dope. I stopped having orgies. I was just monogamous. And the only thing we did, because we had been led to believe by this Druid guy that the Mormons were white witches. And so we still did white witchcraft, but we didn't do Satanism anymore. We got all of that out of our lives. Went to the temple in the Mormon church, did all their secret rituals, which are very Masonic.
Well, let's actually stop there, because this is actually important. What kind of role did you have in the Mormon church? Because we just talked about missionaries coming to your house and you said you joined. Can you explain a little bit, the progression and what kind of role you eventually got there?
Yeah, well, okay, you get baptized, and then after a year, if you, mind your P's and Q's and pay your tithing and all of that, you're made an elder. And that's what I was. I was an elder. And then later, I was made an elders quorum president. So that's like an administrative role right under the bishop. Now understand, in a Mormon church, I don't know if it's still this way, but back then, this is in the 80s, a bishop, like most people think of a bishop as some really high-level guy, In the Mormon church, the bishop is the head of a local congregation. They call it a ward, W-A-R-D. And an elders quorum president is kind of like right under the bishop and takes care of administrative stuff. And I had gotten a temple recommend, which is like a card that allows you to go to the temple, because you're not allowed to go to the temple unless you're worthy. And at that time, we went to Salt Lake City, because that's like the Cadillac of Mormon temples, the Salt Lake Temple. And we went through the rituals, and that, I'll tell you, that's a whole story in itself. Do you want to get into that?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So now, mind you, we had information from this Grandmaster Druid to give these words to the guy when you go into the Mormon temple. And they had a system which was probably kind of ahead of its time. This was, 1981, where you had this card and it had a code on it. Like nowadays, everybody's familiar with it, some kind of magnetic coding. They put it in the machine, and that would indicate you're legit. And then we were told to say these words. And when we put these words into the computer after our card, the whole system, it crashed, the entire computer system. And so they didn't know what to do about that, so they got rid of the people that they could. They took us through the ritual, which involves it's hours long. It's kind of like the Masonic ritual on steroids. You go downstairs, you get all basically naked. They wash your body, and it's done man to man, woman to woman. But they wash your body, they anoint your body with oil. You're given this magical temple garment, which you may or may not have heard of. And what's interesting is, just to back one step up,
have a new kill leader. I can't wait to meet them.
Let's go this way. Punching a tunnel. Enemy in the distance. Portal's ready. Target spotted. Far off. Attention. Let's recruit. Firing. Reloading. They're finding me. Void jumping. Recharging shield. I'm under fire. Reloading. Enemy in the distance. The enemy is moving in. Shields are depleted.
Reloading. Tossing thermite.
Enemy shield broken. Made a hit. Reloading. Enemy in the distance. Reloading. These bonds are easily broken. Beautiful. Allowing them. Enemy is at location.
Enemy there. Enemy that way. There's another squad. Reloading. Enemy. Ooh.
Cracked. Come on, heal, heal, heal. Half of the squads have been removed.
Reloading.
Care package over there. New kill leader. Surely you can take the title from them.
I've sharpened my claws at that knuckle. I'm VIPs only.
Good, we're inside. Additional supplies here. Extended energy magazine here.
Don't mind if I do. Replicator incoming.
Recharging my shield. Shields are depleted. Recharging.
What? God.
Sending an arc storm. Caught with no way out. Sending an arc. Placing a portal. Delivered. Tracked.
ये क्या मादर चोट गिरी है मेरे को क्यों बट ना इधर तो
You are coming home with me tonight. Don't try.
45 seconds. Repairing damages.
Light ammo here. We've got 30 seconds to get to the next ring. Extra treasures here. You're welcome.
Enemy here. Opening fire. Reloading. Careful. Hostile landed near me. Enemy there. Target landed near me. Wrong choice. We're inside the next ring. Let's hit that one. Target here. Enemy at that location. Enemy here. Disregard that.
I see someone over there.
Target there.
fuck